Happy holidays, everybody, and Tony here with my tribute to Christmas from Two Fat Ladies, which aired on BBC Two on December 24, 1997. This was directed by Patricia Llewellyn. Jennifer's dishes consisted of mousse of the egg and roast goose with pate and prune stuffing, while Clarissa's dishes consisted of Swedish red cabbage and Christmas pudding ice cream bombs, and all of this took place at the Pilgrim School in Winchester, Hampshire, plus Walsgrove Farm in Works. I stumbled upon Two Fat Ladies by complete chance because I never grew up with this show, nor have I ever heard about the likes of Jennifer Paterson and Clarissa Dickson Wright. This was about 5 years ago when I was spending Christmas and New Year's in Tallinn, Estonia, that I stumbled upon one of the videos on YouTube as I was searching for old Christmas episodes. And one of the first episodes of Two Fat Ladies that I stumbled upon on YouTube was their Christmas episode. And this marked a great first impression on me, considering that I never grew up with this show from the 90s. And as I continued to watch a lot more episodes starring Jennifer Paterson and Clarissa Dickson Wright as the titular Two Fat Ladies, I was thoroughly amazed at their chemistry with each other, as well as their witty, fun, and totally irreverent banter. I also loved how they presented themselves as unpretentious, totally out there, and thoroughly charismatic ladies who know how to prepare their food with style and elegance, while also spouting out some rather irreverent comments, but also doing so with flair, interest, and loads upon loads of personality and charm. From that first moment when I caught their Christmas episode, I was immediately hooked with this show, and I found myself enjoying the theme tune so much that it left me with a huge smile on my face. And as I stated before, this Christmas episode was certainly no exception in terms of the enjoyment I had with Two Fat Ladies. Jennifer and Clarissa find themselves at the Pilgrim School in Winchester, where they are greeted by the headmaster, and the members of the Winchester Cathedral Choir rehearsing for tonight's Christmas Mass. In this case, they're rehearsing Hark the Herald Angels Sing, headed by their choir master, Mr. Hill. Jennifer and Clarissa have recognized that their rehearsals have been going on well to the point where they are very impressed. And I was also quite impressed too because of the Winchester Cathedral Choir's clear-sounding, bell-like, and absolutely lovely voices, which were well supported and focused throughout the registers. And the boys are quite excited to know that what Jennifer and Clarissa are preparing for them is a lovely Christmas feast. There is the catch of one of the members being vegetarian, but at least he's still partial to any dishes containing eggs, in which Jennifer and Clarissa have a great solution. And seeing these young boys' faces light up at the menu that Jennifer and Clarissa are going to prepare for them is just so lovely. I could see the joy, excitement, and overall enthusiasm that they're gonna have at this Christmas dinner. And it's also thanks to Jennifer's and Clarissa's warm and absolutely ebullient personalities that have also made them thoroughly welcome not only to all the boys in the choir, but also to the school as a whole. Equally noteworthy is the great attention to detail that Jennifer and Clarissa have when preparing the meals. In the first round, Jennifer prepares the egg mousse complete with aspic, which is a sort of savory gelatin used for a lot of fish or meat or savory jellies in the 1960s and 1970s, which have also been quite in vogue at the time. And here she was combining the hard-boiled eggs that have been separated from the yolk and the white to be combined in such a nice mixture with anchovy essence, to also be combined with the aspic and vermouth to create the egg mousse, while Clarissa prepares the Christmas pudding ice cream bomb complete with combining the egg yolks, sugar, and milk to make it into a custard, as well as ensure close attention to how they are mixed. Clarissa also gives a tip on how to ensure that the measurements for a certain amount of alcohol is used for creating ice cream. She advises viewers that they should not put too much rum or brandy in their ice cream mixture because the flavor will be too overpowering and the texture will be thoroughly compromised. Hence, she advises to add only a spoonful of brandy or rum to the ice cream mixture so that the flavor won't be compromised and that the texture will remain consistent. What was also fun about the Christmas pudding ice cream bomb preparation is Clarissa stating that using that churner is quite the masochistic work because of all the cooling, adding in the ice and the salt to ensure that the ice cream remains firm as well as maintain its creamy texture. But it's all well and good as she also adds in one extra ingredient to ensure that the Christmas pudding ice cream bombs has that surprise in it. And that is the brandy butter mixture. Trust me, if I had been there to see this for myself, I would have been thoroughly amazed at just how much craft and how much love and how much skill is needed to make sure that the final product comes out so beautifully, let alone tremendously, in the best possible way. Jennifer and Clarissa also head to a goose farm in Works, specifically Walsgrove Farm, where they encounter one of the proprietors and ask how the geese are fed, in which they are all fed with grass to ensure that they maintain a good muscle to fat ratio when they are matured for butchering. And it also helps with the meat being tender combined with that fat in the skin. And it is incredible to know that Walsgrove Farm hosts more than 3,000 geese to be tended and farmed, and once they've served their purpose, ready for the butcher's knife. Speaking of butcher's knife, Jennifer and Clarissa also attain their fair share of geese meat for them to prepare tonight's goose dinner. And seeing Jennifer prepare the goose with all of its intricacies, as well as creating her stuffing made out of breadcrumbs, prunes, pate, and even the liver and onions she sauteed earlier before mixing them all together was thoroughly interesting, and the precision that she masters to ensure that the stuffing is well incorporated into the goose was thoroughly amazing. It also demonstrates how much patience and diligence are needed to ensure that the pate and prune stuffing is well incorporated into the cavity of the goose before it ends up being stitched up, ready to be thrown into the oven. But here's the catch. It also has to be on a rack because goose is quite fatty and therefore must be pricked to ensure that all of that fat ends up getting out, as well as be doused with hot water to ensure that the skin remains crispy. And let's not forget about the diligence Clarissa has with creating Swedish red cabbage out of not only the red cabbage, but also apples, onions, salt, pepper, herbs, and vinegar so that everything can be well incorporated. And with a Christmas dinner for the members of the Winchester Cathedral Choir prepared, the presentation is absolutely amazing. From the egg mousse, which looks so smooth to the touch, and has that glossy texture that makes gelatin dishes like that stand out. The roast goose with a pate and prune stuffing being my personal favorite highlight because I love roasted fowl on any special occasion, especially when it's presented like that with all of that crispy skin and succulent meat. The Swedish red cabbage serving as a perfect side to the roast goose. And as for the dessert, Christmas pudding ice cream bombs, which look totally appealing to look at and probably even to taste. So it's no surprise that the Christmas dinner is such a major hit for the choir director and all the young members of the Winchester Cathedral Choir. I also loved it when Jennifer and Clarissa exchanged gifts. Jennifer ends up getting nail polish from Clarissa, while Clarissa ends up receiving a vegetarian cookbook. And both ladies end up giving a toast to each other, wishing each other a very Merry Christmas. And it warms my heart seeing those two have great camaraderie with each other. Speaking of heartwarming, this first Christmas episode ends so wonderfully with all the members of the Winchester Cathedral Choir singing Silent Night. And Jennifer and Clarissa are totally in awe of their beautiful talents as well as their lovely personalities. And as I stated before, the members of the Winchester Cathedral Choir's voices rang out with such beautiful harmony, absolutely crystalline clarity, and great focus in their voices that they sounded like lovely young angels coming down from heaven to unleash such lovely singing voices to their audience. And they did so with a whole lot of clean, clear, and beautiful musicianship that made them absolutely laudable in their craft. Two Fat Ladies' first Christmas episode, Christmas, with Jennifer Paterson and Clarissa Dickson Wright, was an absolutely amazing experience. And this was definitely my breakthrough episode to the show Two Fat Ladies while I was scrolling around YouTube, especially when it came to my Christmas break 5 years ago. I was so thankful to have stumbled upon this episode because this also encapsulated everything that made Two Fat Ladies thoroughly enjoyable. The superb chemistry that Jennifer Paterson and Clarissa Dickson Wright had as great hostesses, as well as the interpersonal bond that they not only share with each other, but also their guests. And on top of that, their absolutely wonderful witty banter that made them thoroughly strong in their own special ways, and that great holiday cheer that was brimming throughout this episode. This is a great success, and I'm pretty sure that for those of you who caught Two Fat Ladies in the past will also agree with me that this was quite the enjoyable Christmas episode. And for those of you who caught Christmas with Jennifer Paterson and Clarissa Dickson Wright from Two Fat Ladies, what'd you think of it? Did you really enjoy this Christmas episode? Was there a favorite dish that you would have loved to make for yourself as well as have a go at over and over again? Was there a favorite moment that you had in this particular episode? Did you also love the singing that the members of the Winchester Cathedral Choir had to offer? Or did you feel like this particular Christmas episode was not to your liking? Please let me know in the comments below. Well, that's it for my tribute to Christmas from Two Fat Ladies. Tune in later for my final Christmas episode tribute of this year, which is Two Fat Ladies' second Christmas episode, A Caribbean Christmas. So until then, happy holidays, everybody!